Okay.
Now, the thing that
which takes us to our incredible next story.
Go ahead.
Wilder believes he can break Mayweather's 50-0. Well, aren't you classy? WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, who's 39-0 with 30 KOs against people, I'm going to say this for everybody listening to the show, against people you guys can all beat. Okay? Everybody got that straight? Every single one of you that listens to the show, even the fat overweight slobs, these are people you can beat. And I'm pretty sure they're people I can beat. And I don't even have a big punch. Mayweather surpassed Rocky Marciano last August when he took his 49-0 record to 50-0 when he beat up, of course, Conor McGregor. Should Wilder win, he would be his next fight. He would be the target for an IBF, IBO, WBA, WBC unification bout with Anthony Joshua. He had this to say: the possibility of breaking Mayweather's record came across my ears from people I'm going to say it, and I'm going to sound illiterate. The possibility of breaking Mayweather's record came across my ears from people that's around me. It's also had me thinking, I don't like it when he be thinking, about it just a little bit. Those achievements, and if I make it a goal. He doesn't even put the goal. And if I make it goal. What, you play soccer? If I make it goal!
Maybe he's a foreigner.
These are the exact quotes. And if I make it goal. It's just a little A. All you got to do is say, and if I make it a goal, not and if I make it goal.
You're so
Brazil! Okay, calm down, Deontay. It will definitely happen. I can easily beat all of those guys' record. Easily. He said it twice. Oh, my God. I can easily beat all of those guys' records. Easily. Fuck, every line's a gem, Deontay. I'm just stepping into the prime of my career. I just walked into the door. Oh, where do I even begin on this line? I just walked into the door, period. I just walked into the door. Did you hurt yourself? Did you slam your head into the... What happened when you walked right into the door? I mastered my craft. No, you didn't, dumbass. I know everything about myself in the ring. No, you don't. You've never been in deep water. You've never had somebody on you like a cheap suit. Fuck, you're an idiot. All right, he went on because we didn't have enough great quotes. And being able to have power, it makes all the difference. A lot of people think that I just rely on my power, but I don't have to rely on something that's naturally for me. Okay, I might let that go. But here's the funny part. I'm going to say the line as it's written. A lot of people think that I just really rely on my power, but I don't have to rely on something that's naturally for me. It's natural.
he likes making sure you get
Hold on.
Lee.
I don't have to rely on something that's naturally for me. It's natural. Fuck. You are a quote machine, Deontay. Those goals definitely will be broken. It's not that it's something that I'm seeking. It's not that it's something that I'm seeking. It's not that it's something that I'm seeking. Wow. But it would be, but it would look nice on my resume. Really? Where? To work at the YMCA teaching boxing? You're right. It would look good on your resume when you go teach boxing at the YMCA when you run out of money. Hell, I might even pass George Foreman's record of being the oldest champion.
I mean, on the pace that he's going, he's correct. He's absolutely correct. As long as Al Heyman keeps in business and they keep with the bullshit of fighting tomato cans, Lee, he will make it to 50-0, and he might make it to George Foreman's record. But come on, we know that's not happening. I mean, there's rumors right now. There's rumors right now that Al Heyman might be leaving the sport, Lee. You know who they're saying is going to help him out is the UFC. That the UFC and Al Heyman, I guess Dana White has already came out against a few. So we will see how that all plays out. But no, Deontay's got hot waters. He's going to be in deep waters here soon. He's running out of options. He's been the champ for a while. People notice him even though he hasn't done anything. So
I'm going to assume
his moment's coming.
No, okay, and people listening are going, Lee, you're just talking shit because you don't like Deontay. That's true. I don't. I don't like him as a person, and I don't have to. He's not putting out anything, and he doesn't have to be anything to me. He doesn't have to be a role model. He doesn't have to. I get that. I prefer not to have stupid people talk out loud. But for those of you that have watched, I prefer if you're stupid, just don't talk. Really, it would make my life a lot better. But and most of you listening are saying I'm stupid, but I get that. It's all good. What was it? It was Rocky Balboa for all of you. I know that our Fight Net Radio fans watch all the Rocky movies. Rocky Balboa, when he's getting the speech in the corner about being in the deep water. I'm telling you, that's what made Anthony Joshua. He went into the deep motherfucking water against a champion who was there to take his head off. And he had to gut it. A champion's gut shit out. They're tired. They look into the eyes of the guy across from them. They're tired. Deontay has not had a defining moment that has made me go, fuck, that's the heart of a champion. This is a guy who was spoon-fed, basically, by the PBC, stole Don King's title away from Don King. I mean, that's really what we're looking at. We're looking at a guy who was manufactured. And I get it. He's 39-0, and it's a huge accomplishment. But if it was 39 top 20 guys, or top 40 guys, or top 50 guys, or even a top 100 who's who, I'd have a different attitude about him. It's not. He was fed. And when he starts to fight guys that are of his caliber, he's in a lot of trouble. What was the tweet?
Yeah, the tweet was about he questioned Mike Tyson's record. Yeah, he said how many legends has Mike Tyson beaten? Yep.
All right, fucktard.
Like if that justified his record.
Everybody Mike Tyson fought was in the top 20. Everybody Mike Tyson destroyed was in the top 20. Then he unified Then once he got the first belt, and I'll say this, Cuss protected him till he got up to belt level, and you're supposed to. I don't have a problem with that. Once he got the belt, his function was to unify the belts and also get paid. So basically, Tyson was an on-off fighter. He'd have a tune-up fight leading into the next big fight, right? That would be a scrub, and the other guy with the belt would be on the undercard, and then the next fight would be for a belt. So you're talking at least 8 of those. What did he unify? 3 belts? 4 belts? I mean,
he had all 3. Yeah,
I mean, what the fuck is Deontay talking about?
Yeah, he beats Trevor Berbick. I think for the WBC title, that's when he becomes the youngest heavyweight champ. He defended against Larry Holmes. He defended it against Tony Tubbs. I remember Tony Tubbs was a top contender back in the day. Spinks was undefeated. I mean, Lee, it's an outrageous statement by Deontay Wilder. And the fact that he backed it up with who did he beat, that's not what makes you a legend. The fact that he had wars with Evander Holyfield, actually just the first fight, the second one's a debacle, but the first fight, Lee, the fact that the fight with Lennox Lewis, these fights are what make you legendary. It's not always about winning. And that's where Floyd Mayweather has really hurt this sport, in the way that we allowed him to protect that O like it was almighty, like we had never seen it before. It's so annoying. We have fighters in other countries that have surpassed 50-0 by 30, 40 wins. And here in America, we have 50-0. Let me tell you something, people. The 50-0 on Marciano is legendary because he's in one division, and it's the hardest hitting division in the sport. It's the heavyweight division. These men hit to knock you out. There are very few light punchers that make it to the top of the heavyweight division. That's what made him special, 50-0.
Well, the next thing he needs to say is he's going to surpass Evander Holyfield.
If you go through 9 divisions, 7 divisions, you're telling me you can't get 50 fucking guys on your winning record?
Right.
You know what I mean? You can go for the 2 less champs, all the low-rated guys. When you're the heavyweight champ, they're feeding you nothing but the top contenders behind you. That's what made his record special.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's what Deontay. I'm telling you,
I don't want to treat Deontay like a joke, but what he says boggles my brain. That's gonna be the Fight Net Radio T-shirt for 2018. It boggles my brain.
Hey, that's why the Ortiz fight is huge. He needs that win. If he goes in there and gets manhandled by Ortiz, Lee, not only is the blueprint put out there on how to beat this guy, his whole character, everything they've built about him is gone. I mean, it's gone. Lee, real diehard fans already tease this man about the way he fights, the whole windmill shit. Have you seen how many memes are out there on the heavyweight champ about how sloppy his punches are? I mean, they're endless. The boxing world is the diehard boxing fans on chat rooms. I'm not talking about the guys in the clubs. Talking to the guys on the chat, they're not nice to Deontay half the time when he puts stuff out there. And there's reason. There's reasons for that. When you watch his fights, they're kind of ugly, Lee. That's not boxing. That is a big man who uses his natural, gifted power naturally. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you, Lee.
Naturally gifted, naturally.
Naturally gifted power naturally.
Right.
Come on. Do you get it?
Dude, he's a quote, like, everything he said was like a T-shirt waiting to happen.
Hey, this is why he needs to fight somebody. Luis Ortiz is a perfect match. Come on,
I'm telling you his quotes are... Okay, so I listened to a podcast. Here's no shocker. If you're a longtime listener, you know this about me. So I'm into pro wrestling. So I listened to Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard, which is Brother Love. You date that far back. Brother Love, I love you. That guy. But they turn all the quotes into T-shirts, right? I'm just thinking of making Fight Net Radio T-shirts from Deontay quotes.
Yeah.
Naturally gifted, naturally.
I'm telling you, you'll have people probably stopping asking you, where'd you get that from?
It boggles my brain. Deontay Wilder boggles my brain. All right, this next story is just for Andrew, I guess, because he pulled it. Julius Indongo inks promotional pact with Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella's not a bad guy. I'm very excited to start working with Julius, said Lou. Not only is a former unified junior welterweight champion, but also a true warrior, winning titles in both Russia and Scotland, which make no sense because he's black, people.
And that's what made him special, though, Lee.
All right.
He was African. You know Africans don't
He's
get a lot of love.
African.
African.
You got to get that straight. You're in Oakland, man. You can't... People up there that are Raider fans call, I'm African. No, you're not.
Hey, listen. He went to Russia. I don't even know the guy's name. Knocked him out in one round for the IBF title. The dude was 25-0 when Indongo knocked him out. Then he goes to Ricky Burns' hometown and wins a 12-round unanimous decision, Lee? Are you serious? Like, that was what put him on the map. Not only did he have 2 titles in the division, but that Ricky Burns win was pretty big for him. That gave him the Crawford fight. Now, obviously, Crawford destroyed him, but many predict Crawford's going to be doing that for a long time in his career, so you can't really knock Indongo for that.
Indongo.
Am I saying that right?
I don't know.
Indongo. Yeah, that's right. So it's a big signing for DiBella.
And the guy who's fighting for the UFC is Nagu. Oof. They're all tough, man.
He's got a good fighter here. With Terrence Crawford moving out of the junior welterweight division, he might have a major player here. One thing I was surprised on is there's no PBC connection. And when you read the article, you guys are going to see that he has a manager already. DiBella doesn't talk about him, but you've got to think that he's going to be fighting under the PBC banner because he's connected to DiBella. DiBella's connected to Al. Now, with that being said, with the presence of Richard Schaefer coming back into boxing, I don't know if DiBella has moved on from PBC. So that's why this is an interesting signing by Lou, because you'd think they would have just signed him to PBC. But like I said, rumors are there could be a departure from the PBC, Lee.
Okay. There you go.
The money.
More you care about knowing Indongo and not Ngandu, the guy who's fighting in the UFC. Well, you got the big African who's fighting in the UFC next week or the week after. 2 weeks, dude.
Maybe it's the same guy.
No. One is NGO and one is INDO. And bingo was his name. Oh, all right. So I'm on fire.